Okay. Alright. Blizzard developers. Hi, I'm Dras. I'm sure you don't know me. Anyway, I'm really enjoying Season 4 Lutraborn. I'm having a lot of fun. Tons of fun. But there are a couple of things that I kind of would like. This is just quality of life stuff to make it a little bit easier to know which stats that you want. So we are all aware of like the item buckets, right? With critical strike chance, damage being one, overpower being another one, and vulnerable being a third one. With damage being a fourth, and then you have your strength being a different damage bucket, and then you have your modifiers, which would be things like hold on, I have it here. Things like this one, where your dust devils are 28% bigger and deal 1% X instead of plus increased damage. So that's another one, right? That's another damage bucket. Anything that says X, because that's a modifier. I would very much like it if you could sort of make a distinction in here, in your offensive traits here, over which bucket or over which stats lie in which bucket. It doesn't have to be like super... What's the word? Yeah, it doesn't have to be like you say, oh, crit chance here, and then... Or like separate, make a separation between these two that's like big and it says crit. And do the same thing here and here. You don't have to do that. That's too much. But just make it like... Have like a... Oh god, why am I blanking on the word? A border, there we go. Just have like a border around the crit stats. That's like one color. Have a border around the overpower stats. That's a different color. Same with vulnerable. And everything that goes into the same bucket has the same border, right? So, for instance, if all of these stats are in the same bucket, they will all be the same border. They would all have the same border, and they will all be like one block of this. I feel like that wouldn't be too hard to do, right? I feel like you guys could do that pretty easily. Anyway, that is what I would like to see here. Now, let's go to here. Skill tree in Paragon. I would love to have an ability to sort of plan your build inside the game. So I don't have to go to a third-party website constantly to check which ability I am going to take. I would very much like to have the ability to sort of, you know, right-click abilities. I know it says refund here, right? But instead of... It doesn't have to be a right-click. It can be, you know, square. It's the same way you mark things in your inventory, right? You can just have your space bar be able to mark your path. And every time you mark, they also get marked with like a number to say like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc., 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 up to 58. And then you can just follow that. And every time you take number 1, number 2 becomes number 1, right? The numbers sort of decline. And I would love to have that here as well. Because this is big, right? This is pretty big. I would love to have the same feature here where you sort of mark your path You mark out all of the nodes that you're going to take. You pre-attach boards, so when you get here, it automatically attaches, and then you go do that. I know the whole point of this, or initially, was that you would have a lot of customization options. Sorry for the way I said that. I'm Norwegian. I don't speak perfect English. I know customization was like a huge thing, but people are just going to use the cookie cutter builds that people make on like Icy Veins or Diablo builds.gg, right? People are just going to use those builds anyway. At least regular people like me are going to do that. And instead of having to go over, again, it's the same thing with this as that. I mean, instead of that, just let us go in, pre-plan our path, and yeah, just let us pre-plan our path. That would be so nice, super nice. An icing on the cake would be that you have the ability to also automatically level up these skills as you gain levels, and as you gain Paragon points, that they just automatically gets filled. That would also be really nice, but that's like icing on the cake. That's whatever. It's not really important. Yeah, those are like the two things that I really want. I think I had a third thing, but I kind of forgot what it was, so I'm just not gonna. Alright. Thank you, Blizzard, for making Diablo 4 Lutraborn. It's amazingly fun. And hopefully you implement the fixes that I want. Well, not fixes. The things that I want. Those two things would be very nice. Alright. Thank you, Blizzard.